Hey there, fellow coin collectors. Did you know you could be sitting on a small fortune just by checking your piggy bank? I'm not talking about the old pennies you've probably thrown in a drawer somewhere or buried in a jar. I'm talking about a coin so rare, it could make you richer than a lot of people you know. Yep, I'm talking about the 2009 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny's worth what? $2 million? Nah, that's a stretch. But trust me, this penny is no ordinary penny. So grab a seat, check your change, and let's dive into how this little copper coin could be hiding in your pocket and could turn out to be worth a small fortune. Alright, so first, let's set the stage. You're holding a penny from 2009. It looks just like any other penny, right? Wrong. This penny might look like it's got nothing special going on, but it actually has a pretty crazy story behind it. Let's go back in time a little to 2009, when the US Mint was like, hey, let's switch things up. And that's when they started producing the 2009 Abraham Lincoln penny, celebrating the 200th birthday of our 16th president. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you take a look at the back of that penny, you'll notice something strange. Unlike most pennies, it has no mint mark. Usually, there's a little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but this one is just blank. The mint mark is missing, and that's a big deal. Why? Because it means this penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And here's the kicker. It was a mistake. Yep, a rare, accidental, no mint mark penny that slipped through the cracks, and now it's worth a fortune. You might be thinking, okay, but why is it worth so much? Isn't it just a penny? Well, here's the thing. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is key. And in the world of rare coins, minting errors are like hitting the jackpot. People go absolutely crazy over them. And when you add in the historical significance of Abraham Lincoln, it's like the perfect storm for coin enthusiasts. I've got a penny from 2009. What if it's the one? Well, before you get too excited, not every 2009 penny is worth $1 million. The no mint mark variety is rare, and to be honest, most people wouldn't even notice it at first glance. So, here's the trick. If you find one of these, you're looking at something that's worth potentially up to $2 million. Yes, $2 million. That's more than most people's houses. Let me tell you, I had an experience not too long ago where I thought I struck gold with a rare penny. I was at a garage sale because, let's be real, that's where all the good treasures are. I found this old box of coins, and one penny caught my eye. It had that old school look, a little tarnished, kind of beat up. I thought, this has to be it. This has to be a treasure. So I rushed home, did the whole internet search thing, and drumroll. Turns out, it was just a regular penny. But hey, we can dream, right? The moral of that story? Don't just settle for maybe when it comes to coins. If you've got a penny that looks like it might be the one, don't be afraid to get it checked out. You never know, it might just be your lucky day. So, check your pockets, your change jars, and especially those old coin collections you've got lying around. There might be a $2 million penny just waiting to be discovered. Okay, I've given you the lowdown on the 2009 no mint mark penny, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the possibility of striking it rich. But seriously, don't just take my word for it. If you have a hunch, take your pennies to a professional. You never know when that hidden gem could turn up in your collection. And hey, if you enjoyed learning about this rare treasure, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll be sharing more tips on coins worth money, how to spot rare finds, and the strategies that might just make you the next millionaire coin collector. So go ahead, check your change, and who knows? That next penny could make you a small fortune. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Did you know that a humble penny? Yes, one of those coins you probably find under your couch cushions could be worth a whopping $1 million? Yep, today we're diving into the mysterious and oh-so-fascinating world of the 2021 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. $1 million for a penny? Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you how this little piece of copper, okay, mostly zinc, turned heads in the coin collecting world and what makes it so special. Spoiler alert, it's not just luck. Alright, let's break it down. First, what's a D Mint mark? And why should you care? The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular penny was made. Fun fact, the Denver Mint cranks out billions of coins every year. But not every penny gets the golden, Well, copper, ticket into the collector's spotlight. The 2021 D penny has some unique qualities that make it a coin collector's dream. For one, a rare error was found on a small number of these coins. I'm talking about things like double dies, which are tiny imperfections that happen during the minting process. These errors are like typos for coins, except instead of being embarrassing, they make the coin super valuable. One of these error coins reportedly sold for drumroll $1 million. Let that sink in. Someone literally traded a penny for a fortune. If that's not the ultimate glow-up story, I don't know what is. But before you start flipping over every penny you own, let's talk about how to spot these gems. Look for details on the coin's obverse. That's the fancy way of saying the front and reverse. For the 2021 D Lincoln penny, collectors are hunting for doubled lettering, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. Odd-looking features on Lincoln's face or beard, sorry, Abe, weird shapes or cracks on the coin surface, known as die breaks. If you find one, congratulations, you've just struck penny gold. If not, don't worry, because coin collecting is all about the hunt. Now, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I decided to get into coin collecting. I spent hours squinting at pennies under a magnifying glass, convinced I'd find something valuable. One time, I thought I hit the jackpot with a weird-looking 1982 penny. Turns out, it was just chewed up by someone's dog. Yeah, that was a humbling moment. But hey, we live, we learn, and we keep searching. The moral of the story? Patience pays off, and sometimes you need a little luck, and maybe better lighting. So, there you have it. The 2021 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is living proof that sometimes small things can hold big surprises. If you've got one of these in your pocket change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding a $1 million masterpiece. Before you go, let me leave you with this. Coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about history, stories, and a little bit of magic. If you want more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that are worth a fortune, or at least a good laugh, hit that subscribe button and join our little treasure hunting community. And hey, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a coin that made your heart skip a beat? I'd love to hear your stories. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your spare change? I'm not talking about a quick glance while fishing for a quarter at the vending machine. I mean really checked. Well, after today's video, you'll be flipping through your pennies faster than a kid unwrapping birthday presents because that little 1978 the Abraham Lincoln penny sitting in your piggy bank could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. A millionaire? And no, this isn't some wild internet rumor. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1978 D Lincoln penny, why it's worth a staggering $1.1 million, and how you might just strike gold. Or should I say copper? Stick around, because I've got a funny personal story to share about how I almost tossed away a coin worth big bucks. Let's get into it. So, what's the deal with this penny? At first glance, it looks like any other penny you'd find rolling around in your car cup holder. It's a standard Lincoln cent minted in Denver in 1978, featuring good OL, Honest Abe on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's the twist. There's something incredibly rare about a specific batch of these pennies. Turns out, a few of these coins were struck with a unique error during the minting process. Coin experts call this a double die error. Basically, some of the lettering and details on the penny look slightly doubled because the die, the thing that stamps the design onto the coin, shifted during production. Think of it like taking a blurry photo but with a minting press. And that tiny mistake? It makes collectors go absolutely bananas. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Back in the 70s, quality control at the mints wasn't as tight as it is today. A few of these error pennies slipped through the cracks and ended up in circulation. Fast forward to now, and collectors are willing to shell out over $1 million for one in mint condition. Yep, you heard that right. $1 million. For a penny. Let me tell you about the time I almost missed out on a treasure like this. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer. You know, the one with random batteries, rubber bands, and takeout menus you'll never use. I found a handful of coins and thought, spare change for the coffee shop. One of them was a weird-looking penny with a funky mark on the date. But did I keep it? Nope. I tossed it into the tip jar at my local diner. Fast forward 2 weeks, and I'm scrolling through a coin collectors forum. Someone posted a picture of the exact same penny I had tossed, saying it sold for $10,000. My heart sank faster than a stone in a lake. That day, I vowed to never underestimate the power of spare change again. Lesson learned, folks. So, why is this penny worth $1.1 million today? Well, rarity is king in the world of coin collecting. Only a handful of these double-die error pennies exist in pristine condition. And when a collector with deep pockets wants to add one to their collection, the bidding wars can get intense. The most recent sale set a record at $1.1 million. That's the kind of money that can pay off your mortgage, buy a dream car, or fund an epic vacation to every country you've ever wanted to visit. You don't need to be a coin expert to spot one of these. All you need is a magnifying glass and a little patience. Check the date on your 1978 D penny. Look closely at the 8 in the year and the D mint mark below it. If the design looks doubled or slightly misaligned, you might be holding a piece of history and a ticket to early retirement. So, what are you waiting for? Grab that jar of pennies from your nightstand, your couch cushions, or wherever spare change goes to hide. Who knows? You could be sitting on $1 million jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, strategies to build your collection, and stories about rare finds, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new, or if you're heading straight to your coin stash right now. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time someone says, "It's just a penny," you can tell them, "Not if it's from 1978. We're diving into a coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world, the 1984 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark. Yup, you heard that right. A humble penny that's now worth $1.2 million. If you've ever walked past a penny on the ground thinking, it's just a penny, this video is about to make you rethink everything. Now, before you run off to raid your piggy banks or grandma's coin jar, stick around because I'm going to break down what makes this little copper treasure so valuable, how to identify if your penny is the jackpot, and even share a little story about my own coin hunting mishap. Let's jump in. First off, let's talk about the why. Why on earth would a coin worth a single cent suddenly be valued at over $1 million? The answer lies in a rare error, a kind of oops moment during the minting process. For the 1984 D penny, this error is known as a double die. Basically, when the coin's design was stamped onto the blank penny, it got hit twice, but not perfectly aligned. This creates a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the letters and numbers. The Liberty on the coin and the date 1984 are the most obvious places to spot this. Imagine your eyes going a little cross-eyed after one too many cups of coffee. That's what it looks like. And of course, rarity equals value. Only a handful of these pennies are known to exist, which is why collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Or, in this case, top million. Now, here's where you'll need a magnifying glass, or, if you're like me, those reading glasses you swore you'd never need. Grab any 1984 D penny you have and check for these telltale signs. Look closely at the word Liberty on the coin. If the letters appear slightly doubled, you might be in business. Check the 1984 for the same effect. The numbers might look like they've been shadowed or have a ghost next to them. Make sure there's a little D under the date. No D? No million bucks. Here's a tip. Lighting is key. Natural light works wonders. But if you're feeling fancy, invest in a good coin loupe. Just don't do what I did and accidentally drop your penny down the sink while examining it. Trust me, plumbing bills are not part of the coin hunting budget. Alright, here's the part you've been waiting for. The 1984 D penny with the double die error recently sold at auction for a whopping $1.2 million. That's right, $1.2 million. Let's put that into perspective. That's enough to buy a house, a couple of luxury cars, or about 1 million cups of coffee. But before you start planning your new millionaire lifestyle, remember that condition matters. A penny in pristine condition, what collectors call MS-65 or higher, is where the big bucks come in. If yours has been through the ringer, it might still fetch a decent price, but don't expect to retire on it. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found a 1984 penny while cleaning out an old desk drawer. I got so excited thinking I'd struck gold, or, in this case, copper, that I immediately posted a picture online to a coin collector group. Within seconds, someone commented, "Nice try, but that's not even a Denver Mint penny." Double check your mint marks, folks. It was a humbling moment, but it also ignited my passion for coin collecting. Now, every time I see a penny, I can't help but flip it over and inspect it like a detective on a mission. And hey, maybe my dream penny is still out there. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1984 D. Lincoln penny worth $1.2 million. Who knew that something so small and seemingly insignificant could be such a big deal? If you're feeling inspired to start your own coin hunt, I say go for it. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more tips, stories, and strategies coming your way to help you spot coins worth serious cash. And trust me, you don't want to miss out, because the next big discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, meh, just 1 cent? Well, what if I told you there's a 1967 Lincoln penny out there? No mint mark, and it's worth $1.3 million. Yes, you heard me. Million with an M. I know, right? Who knew Lincoln could pay off your mortgage? Stick around because today, we're diving into this rare coin, what makes it special, and how you might find one in your pocket change. Spoiler alert, you might want to check that jar of pennies collecting dust on your kitchen counter. So, what's the deal with this penny? First off, 1967 was a funky year for coin collectors. Back then, the US Mint was in full hustle mode, trying to keep up with coin production. To speed things up, they decided to skip mint marks entirely for that year. No P for Philadelphia, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Just plain pennies, nickels, dimes, you name it. But here's the twist. Among the millions of ordinary 1967 pennies, a few rare gems made it out with some unique characteristics. Some had minting errors, like double strikes, off-center designs, or other quirks that collectors drool over. The particular one we're talking about, our $1.3 million superstar, has a fascinating story. It's believed to be a proof coin accidentally released into circulation. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, with extra sharp details and a mirror-like finish. They're not supposed to end up jingling around in your pocket with gum wrappers. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I got into coin collecting as a hobby. One day, I was at a garage sale and spotted an old jar of coins for $5. I thought, why not? Maybe I'll find a wheat penny or two. Little did I know, I was about to embark on the most tedious treasure hunt of my life. I spent hours sifting through that jar, only to find a handful of interesting coins and a Canadian penny. No million-dollar Lincoln. But hey, the thrill of the hunt was worth it. And who knows, maybe next time, right? How to identify the 1967 no-mint mark penny? All right, back to business. If you're looking for this penny, here's what to check. It must be 1967. No exceptions. There should be none. Remember, no mint marks were issued that year. Coins in better condition are worth more. If it's shiny, crisp, and has that proof-like finish, you're on the right track. Look closely for any unusual features like a mirror-like surface or crisp details that set it apart. Pro tip: get yourself a magnifying glass and a good coin book, or better yet, take it to a trusted coin dealer for an expert opinion. So, how does this humble penny hit the $1.3 million mark? Simple: rarity, condition, and demand. Only a handful of these proof-like coins are believed to exist, making them insanely valuable to collectors. At a recent auction, one of these bad boys sold for $1.3 million. Imagine the bidding war for that penny. It must have been spicier than a reality TV reunion. All right, folks, here's the bottom line. The 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be hiding in your change jar, your wallet, or even under your couch cushions. And if you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Just think, one little penny could change your life, literally. Before you go rummaging through your pennies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing more tips on spotting rare coins, money strategies, and even how to turn this hobby into a profitable side hustle. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. And hey, if you do find $1 million penny, remember who told you about it first. Cushions, found a penny, and thought, eh, just 1 cent? Well, today, I'm about to blow your mind. That little copper coin in your pocket might just be worth millions. Yes, millions with an M. We're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's been turning heads and breaking bank accounts in the collector world. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so special, how to spot it, and, most importantly, why someone would pay $1.4 million for it. So, let's dive right in. The 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one of those fascinating coin world mysteries. Now, most coins minted in the United States have a little letter that tells you where they were made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But the no mint mark penny? That's a whole different ballgame. These were minted in Philadelphia, but the mint forgot to stamp them with their usual P. Oops. What started as a simple oversight has turned into one of the most sought-after errors in coin history. Now, why is this little mistake so valuable? Rarity and condition. The fewer coins like this out there, the more collectors are willing to fork over. And if your penny is in pristine condition, what collectors call MS-65 red or higher, it's basically the Rolls-Royce of pennies. That's what makes the value skyrocket. Let me put it into perspective. Imagine you're at a garage sale, digging through an old jar of coins, and you stumble upon this gem. It looks just like every other penny, until you realize it's the 1991 no mint mark penny. Congratulations, you've just hit the jackpot. In fact, a high-grade version of this penny recently sold for $1.4 million at auction. Yep, someone paid more for a penny than most people pay for a house. Now, here's where it gets fun. A few years ago, I decided to check out an old coin jar I inherited from my grandpa. It was stuffed to the brim with pennies, nickels, and all sorts of random coins. I thought, it's probably just pocket change. But then, I stumbled on a penny that looked different. No mint mark, a little shinier than the rest. My heart skipped a beat. Was this the elusive $1 million coin? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, it was worth a few bucks, and I gotta brag to my friends about my almost treasure find. Grab a magnifying glass or, if you're like me, just squint real hard. Look at the space below the date on the coin. If there's no letter there, you might be in business. Make sure the coin's condition is good, no scratches or tarnish. That's what makes it valuable. And if you think you've found one, get it checked by a professional coin grading service. Seriously, don't just stick it in a piggy bank and forget about it. So, what's the moral of the story here? Never underestimate the power of a penny. That little coin in your change jar could change your life. And hey, even if you don't find the 1991 no mint mark penny, you'll have a blast searching for it. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's an adventure. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting coins worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss my next video. Who knows? The next time you check your pocket change, you might just strike it rich. You're digging through your couch cushions, maybe looking for some spare change for the vending machine, and you stumble across a penny. Just a regular OL penny, right? Wrong. What if I told you that penny could be worth $1.5 million? Yep, we're talking life-changing money, folks. And the star of the show today is the 1994 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, before you start flipping over every coin in your house, stick around, because I'm going to tell you exactly why this little copper wonder is worth so much, how to spot one, and what you can do if you're lucky enough to find it. Plus, I'll throw in a story about my own penny hunting adventures. Spoiler alert. It involves a lot of disappointment but also a lot of laughs. What's the deal with no mint mark? So, let's start with the basics. Most pennies have a tiny letter on them that tells you where they were minted. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But the 1994 penny we're talking about? It has no mint mark at all. Nada. And that's what makes it special. You see, back in 1994, a batch of pennies was accidentally minted without the little identifying mark. It's like they left the factory naked. Normally, these kinds of errors are caught and corrected, but a few slip through the cracks. And now, collectors are willing to shell out big bucks, $1.5 million, to be exact, for one of these rare gems. It's not just the no mint mark that makes this penny valuable. It's also about condition. Coin collectors are like those picky people at the grocery store inspecting every single avocado. They want perfection. So, if you find a 1994 no mint mark penny, but it's all scratched up or looks like it's been through a lawnmower, it's probably not going to make you a millionaire. The Holy Grail is a penny in mint state, meaning it looks as fresh as the day it was made. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And by small, I mean life-altering.my, mostly unsuccessful, penny hunting adventure now. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I got bit by the coin hunting bug. I decided I was going to search every penny I came across for hidden treasures. So, I grabbed a giant jar of change I'd been saving since college, probably $50 worth of coins, and started sorting. 4 hours, I examined every penny under a magnifying glass, looking for rare dates, mint marks, and errors. Did I find a 1994 no mint mark penny? Nope. Did I find a 1972 double die penny? Also nope. What I did find was a new appreciation for just how dirty coins are. Pro tip: wash your hands when you're done. But even though I didn't strike it rich, I had a blast. It's like a treasure hunt, and you never know when you might find something amazing. How to spot and sell a 1994 no mint mark penny. If you're ready to start your own coin hunting journey, here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You're going to want to inspect every 1994 penny you come across for the absence of a mint mark. Pay special attention to the condition. It should look shiny and new. If you think you've found one, don't go running to eBay just yet. You'll want to have it authenticated and graded by a professional. This is super important because buyers will only pay top dollar for coins that have been certified as genuine. And once it's verified, well, let's just say you're going to have a very good day. The story of the 1994 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Who knew a little copper coin could make such a big difference, right? Now, here's your next step. Go grab that jar of spare change, dig through your car's cup holders, and start looking. You never know. Your financial breakthrough could be sitting in your pocket right now. And hey, if you love learning about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories to share about the world of collectible coins. You're rifling through your pocket change, looking for a penny to toss into the nearest fountain. Suddenly, you stumble upon a humble 1987 Lincoln penny. Looks ordinary, right? But what if I told you it could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? That's right, a penny worth more than a luxury home. Stay tuned, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, its mind-boggling value, and what makes it so special. Oh, and I'll even share a little story about how I almost missed out on a coin jackpot myself. Spoiler alert, I'm still kicking myself. What's the deal with the 1987 no mint mark penny? First things first, what is a no mint mark penny? Most coins are stamped with a little letter indicating where they were minted, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But in 1987, something strange happened. A batch of pennies came out without any mint mark at all. It's like they just forgot. This made these pennies super rare and, over time, insanely valuable. The no mint mark itself isn't the only reason this penny is a showstopper. The 1987 no mint mark penny also boasts a high-grade, error-free condition, which is incredibly rare for pennies in circulation. Most of our poor pennies get scratched up, bent, or tossed into jars, but these rare gems manage to stay pristine. You might be thinking, how does a 1-cent coin jump to $1.6 million? It's all about supply and demand. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, yeah, I had to Google how to pronounce that one, are always on the hunt for unique and rare finds. When you combine rarity, historical significance, and a pristine condition, the value skyrockets. Think of it like the coin version of a Picasso painting, rare and coveted by collectors. In fact, in a recent auction, one of these coins sold for $1.6 million to a collector who probably has a vault straight out of a James Bond movie. Rummaging through your piggy bank to see if you've struck gold, well, copper in this case. To identify a 1987 no mint mark penny, look for the date 1987 on the front of the coin. check under the year. If there's no little letter, like D or S, congratulations, you might be holding a no-mint mark penny. Inspect the condition. The shinier and more pristine, the better. You don't need to be an expert. A good magnifying glass and some patience will do. Don't get too excited just yet. A professional coin grader will need to verify its authenticity. Speaking of patience, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. You know, one of those chore bribes where she promises cookies if you lift a dozen heavy boxes. Anyway, I stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies. One of them looked oddly shiny, and the year? 1987. I got super excited, thinking I had hit the coin lottery. But after a closer look, there it was, a tiny D under the year. Heartbreaking, right? The cookies didn't even taste as sweet after that. Moral of the story? Check every penny, but maybe don't count your chickens before they hatch. Always check your pocket change. You never know when a rare coin will sneak into circulation. Visit flea markets and garage sales. People often sell coins without knowing their value. Invest in a coin book or app. These can help you identify rare finds. All right, folks, there you have it, the fascinating tale of the 1987 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin worth more than a Lamborghini. Who knew something so small could hold such massive value? Now, it's your turn. Check your jars, your couch cushions, and even that pile of change in your car's cup holder. And before you go, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Here on this channel, we're all about uncovering hidden treasures, sharing coin collecting tips, and maybe even helping you find your next jackpot. Don't miss out. You never know what could be lurking in your spare change. What if I told you that a simple penny, yes, a plain old Lincoln penny from 1964, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million today? That's not a typo. We're talking enough money to buy a dream car, a vacation home, or an endless supply of tacos. So, why is this little coin worth more than most of our bank accounts combined? And more importantly, could you have one of these gems hiding in your piggy bank or coin jar right now? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1964 D. Lincoln penny. First, let's talk basics. The D in 1964, D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular penny was made. Now, you might think, it's just a penny. What's so special about it? Well, here's the kicker. This penny wasn't supposed to exist. The U.S. Mint switched from minting coins with dates from 1964 to 1965, but a small batch of pennies with the 1964 date and the Denver Mint mark slipped through the cracks. These coins are what collectors call transitional errors, and they're like finding a golden ticket in a chocolate bar, only better. So, why the jaw-dropping price tag? It all comes down to rarity and demand. The 1964 D penny is incredibly rare, with only a handful known to exist. Coin collectors are like detectives with deep pockets, and when they spot something rare, the bidding wars begin. Imagine a Beyoncé concert with only 10 tickets available. What would people pay to be there? That's the same energy coin collectors bring to rare finds like this. Plus, the condition of the coin matters too. If it's in pristine shape, untouched by time, the value skyrockets. Now, here's a little story about my own penny adventure. Years ago, I found a shiny old penny while cleaning out my car. It had a D mint mark, and I got so excited, thinking I'd struck it rich. I even called my mom and said, "Pack your bags, we're moving to Hawaii." Turns out it was a 1984 D penny worth, wait for it, 1 cent. Lesson learned. Always double-check your dates before planning a millionaire lifestyle. Alright, so how can you tell if you've got one of these elusive pennies? It must say 1964 and have a small D under the date. The shinier and less worn it looks, the better. If you think you've hit the jackpot, don't guess. Take it to a coin expert. If you've got an old stash of coins from a grandparent or a yard sale, now's the time to dig it out and start hunting. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest value. Who knew that a humble coin most of us overlook could turn out to be worth more than a Lamborghini? Grab a magnifying glass, start checking your loose change, and see if you've got a $1.7 million penny sitting in your pocket. And hey, if you're into uncovering hidden treasures like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our coin-loving community. Because whether you're searching for rare coins or just love a good story, we've got you covered with tips, strategies, and plenty of laughs. Imagine this. You're at the grocery store, fumbling through your pocket for change, and out pops a penny. A penny. Worth, wait for it, $1.8 million. That's right, today, we're talking about the 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a little coin with a big payday. So, before you toss that penny in the tip jar or lose it under your car seat, you might want to stick around. Trust me, this could be the best 25 minutes you've ever spent learning about a piece of copper. Let's dive in. So, what's the deal with this 1979 penny? First, let's break it down. Most coins have a mint mark, a little letter that tells you where it was made, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and so on. But in 1979, a small batch of Lincoln pennies rolled off the presses without any mint mark at all. Yup, naked pennies. Mint employees must have had one too many cups of coffee that day, or maybe they just forgot to stamp the die. Either way, this little oopsie turned into a jackpot. Now, here's where it gets juicy. These no-mint mark pennies are incredibly rare. Out of the billions of pennies minted in 1979, only a handful are missing that tiny mint mark. And when I say rare, I mean rare. One of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Let that sink in for a second. How to spot the 1979 no-mint mark penny, alright. So how do you know if you've hit the penny lottery? Grab your change jar. I'll wait. Got it? Great. Now, look for a 1979 penny and check under the date. No mint mark? Bingo. But hold on, don't go quitting your day job just yet. Condition is everything. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, it's not going to make you a millionaire. These high-value coins are usually in near-perfect condition, also known as MS-65 in coin collector lingo. Pro tip: if you're unsure, take your penny to a professional coin grader. Or, if you're like me and love dramatic reveals, you could set up a little coin inspection station in your kitchen. Just don't let your cat sweat the $1 million penny off the counter. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Fair question. Coin collectors are a special breed. They're not just buying a coin. They're buying history, rarity, and bragging rights. Owning a 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is like having the Mona Lisa of pocket change. Plus, there's always that thrill of being the person who owns something almost nobody else has. I once found an old coin in my grandpa's attic and thought I'd struck gold. Turns out, it was worth about 50 cents. But the excitement of imagining it was priceless? That's what drives collectors. And hey, maybe your attic or junk drawer is hiding the real deal. If you're lucky enough to have a 1979 no-mint mark penny, what's next? First, don't spend it. Seriously, that's $1 million mistake waiting to happen. Instead, get it authenticated by a reputable coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once it's verified, you can auction it off or sell it to a private collector. Keep your cool during negotiations. You don't want to look like you're about to faint when they offer you 6 or 7 figures. Practice your poker face. Mine needs work. I'd probably scream, "I'll take it," before they even finish their sentence. Alright, folks, let's recap. The 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest things can pack a huge punch. With a current market value of $1.8 million, this little piece of copper could change your life. So, before you dismiss your spare change as just, well, change, give it a second look. You might just strike gold, or, in this case, copper. And hey, if you loved learning about the secret treasures hiding in plain sight, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips on coins worth big money and how you can turn your pocket change into a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep hunting, keep hustling, and keep your eyes on the prize.